readers,
reviewers,
lovers of thick tomes,
lend us your ears. Welcome back to the channel. This is Ed.
Hi.
And
my voice already weird.
You sound like E.T. And this is Will, and we are the brothers Gwynne. Welcome back to the channel if this is the second time, and welcome if this is the first time. That really cracked me up. Today we're here to talk about big books that we have read or have not read but really want to. Please like if you enjoy this video, or subscribe, and we have a Patreon in the description below if you want to support us that way. But Ed, let's get into talking about some books because we have a lot to get through today.
Well, if you like books that are large enough for you to kill someone with, then please click like and let us know
This is
what
the
books,
video for you.
Yeah, what books do you love to try and murder people with? First of all, Conan, the Chronicles of Conan. Basically, if you deliver someone a swift smack to the head, this could do enough damage. We could just talk about how much damage the book would do to
score
someone.
Out of 100,
or how heavy
75.
Health 40. How heavy the door should be. As at a minimum,
I think we've taken it as far as we can.
I reckon so. Maybe.
Maybe.
So the complete Chronicles of Conan, pretty hefty chunker. Don't really know what else to say about it, but it's a pretty big book.
Have you read it?
No, I haven't. Sorry, I haven't read it. I'm looking forward to that. I just watched recently a video of Mike book reviews.
A book of Mike book reviews.
Now, Mike, you should go and write a book, because I'm sure you'd have some wonderful writing, because you've read enough fantasy. I bet you've got some good ideas, good story ideas.
He's got a following as well.
Exactly, yeah. So you can do it, you self-publish. But yeah, I recently watched one of Mike's videos about Conan, the Chronicles of Conan, and he just got me so hyped. So I need to read it very soon.
And mine is going to be one that I have read, and this is Assassin's Fate, Robin Hobb's most recent release, a few years ago now, but the most recent with Fitz. It finished the series with Fitz in the fall 3 years ago, I think.
Oh, really? That was...
when I read Hobb, it was released that year.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Hobb was still writing.
Yeah, so she finished it.
Cool.
So I think the first book she wrote under the name of Robin Hobb was 1998.
Wow.
Yeah, so Fitz has been going for 20 years, and this is the final book with him, and it is the biggest of the lot, and one of the best of the lot as well. If you want to check this out, or if you want some nostalgia through listening to reviews, check out the Fantasy Nutwork. Jimmy Nuts has some amazing reviews on that channel. Ed,
yes, he does.
Next home.
And the next one for me is Stephen King. It, I think it's over 1,000 pages. It's got lots of clowns in, so that probably makes it a longer read as well, because it's terrifying if you keep putting the book down.
Clowns.
William's biggest fear is clowns, so that's why I can't look in the mirror. But moving on.
Well, Ed has made a lifelong enemy, but now onto Lonesome Dove, and I've not read this. Ed has, but I'm not going to let you say anything good about it because he's upset me. But it's by Larry McMurtry, who's one of the kings of the westerns, isn't he? Yeah. And Lonesome Dove is meant to be one of the best works of all time. We talked to Joe Abercrombie recently.
It's one of the great American fictions.
One of the best ever, apparently, according to you.
It actually is.
It still feels weird to say that we talked to Joe Abercrombie recently, but we did, and he said that Lonesome Dove...
when we had our chat with Joe, and then George R. Martin came on the channel for a quick Skype call.
Well, that part didn't happen. That was your dream, Ed. But we did have a chat with Joe Abercrombie, which was amazing, and he said that Lonesome Dove is one of his favourite books of all time. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this massive book soon.
And the next one for me is Christian Cameron, the god of historical fiction, God of War, which is all about Alexander the Great, or Alexander the Pretty Nasty, what I've heard. I haven't actually read this one. It's another hefty chonker book, and I cannot wait to read it, because I love Christian Cameron's writing, and a book that is nearly 1,000 pages long, yeah, count me in. So
the bigger the better when it comes to Christian Cameron. And now I have The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, his debut somehow. It's amazing. I love this. It's one of your favourite books of all time. In a recent video, Ed said that he wants to reread Name of the Wind. And I did a few months ago and loved it. Did it with read along with some other reviewers, which was awesome. And so, yeah, I really need to read the second one, The Wise Man's Fear. I've not done it, but this is pretty
You haven't read The Wise Man's Fear?
Nope.
Wow.
You can't insult me again.
I'm gatekeeping. You can't read any more fantasy now.
Now what's the next one for you, Ed?
The next one for me is A Little Life by Hanya... I struggle with this. I obviously can't read. Hanya Yanagihara. I probably should prepare, shouldn't I, before we record this. But
next time.
A Little Life, a very big book. Apparently this will make me cry as well. So again, that'll probably make it an even
There'll be a
longer
lot of
read
tears.
because I won't be able to read it through the tears, through the mist of the water in the tear ducts in my eyes. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to.
Sounds like fun.
If I'm looking forward to crying and weeping and howling and
Yeah,
upset.
sounds like fun. And now here's
like a normal Tuesday
here's another one that I have read, and this is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This wraps up her trilogy. I think it's called Throne of Glass, I believe. Thanks, Ed. And this is YA. I've read it quite a few years ago. I loved it at the time. I'm not sure if I'd enjoy it as much now. There's quite a lot of tropes that I don't think would click with me as much, but this was massive. And well, it's 1,000
in both meanings.
1,000 pages around that anyway, and yeah, I loved it. And yeah, to keep me engaged for that long through 7 books as well, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't think I'll be rereading this, but yeah, I really loved it at the time, and it's another, as you say, chonker book.
As a chonga.
What is that from?
I think the Joker says it in Suicide Squad. Obviously, the worst moment ever when he goes chonga. It's awful.
Oh,
But, yeah,
right.
I just got it from there. Not that I've
Yeah.
seen it. I wouldn't watch that. I'm joking. It's fun.
We need to watch the new one.
The next one for me, yes, we do actually. Next one for me is Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. Now, something that is kind of a seminal work if you want to just read anything ever, really. This is considered one of the greats and one of the biggest as well. It's over 1,000 pages. Oh, the font is tiny. I need glasses. It's all of a sudden I've realised, looking at these big books.
You've been having. Oh, I've seen you opening books to read.
I'm like, whoa,
you
just
put
a
them
quick
away.
flip through. No.
Well, I mean,
it
I
hurts.
borrow Mama's glasses.
Do you?
Yes,
I
I
might
do.
have to do the same.
But I am meant to wear glasses. And the next for me is going to be Jonathan Strange and Miss Norrell. One I have not read, and this is by Susanna Clarke. I'm going to be reading Piranesi very soon. And that's very short, so it'll be interesting to see how she does 2 different styles very differently.
And will her next book be in between?
Or invisible.
Questions we want
Or invisible.
answered.
And yeah, this is
Invisible.
it's been incredibly successful over the last decade and a bit. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it. Philip Chase mentioned in his review of Piranesi that he loved this, but that it was a very different style. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I think Papa Gwynne has read it because I pillaged this from his shelf behind us.
It does have his bookmark in, but it doesn't like got very far. does it?
Yeah, but yeah, maybe he read it and put it to the front. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he does
there we
that
go.
a lot.
This is another big one.
Talking of big ones, let's go to Shogun from James Clavell. I love this work. It's set in the samurai age. Well, I think it's set in the 1600s.
17th century?
The dawn of the 1600s. So yes, 17th century. And it's about the samurai in ancient Japan. Not ancient really, Japan, is it? Medieval Japan. There
Yeah.
you go. And it's about John Blackthorne. He is someone who's washed up on the coast of Japan, and he has to find his way and survive in a place in a time period that was not very well equipped to deal with white Europeans, willing them to survive. So it was quite a hostile environment. It's a wonderful book full of amazing characters, wonderful set pieces, and this will probably rip your heart out. So go read it.
Well, pitch. And I've got Shogun as well.
Did you call me?
Ed's read it. I have not read it. I'll be reading it soon. Again, you kindly bought me this, nudging me
where
towards
all
reading
my
it.
money goes.
Nudging me towards reading it.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I'll be doing that soon. But I think Ed, you're the one who can talk better about it. So I'll just leave it at that. Shogun, another big one that I hope to read.
Oh, this is a really big one. Oh. This is called Trial by Battle by Jonathan Sumption. And when I read Christian Cameron's medieval series called Chivalry, begins with the Ill-Made Knight. Go and read it, please, because it's amazing. Then I had to go research the 100-Year War between England and France. That lasted a lot longer than 100 years, and probably felt an awful lot longer than 100 years for the people involved in it. But yeah, so this is a non-fiction, all about the houses, the states, the countries that were fighting, the key characters, glossary of words.
The countrymen.
Exactly.
The
Friends,
readers.
friends, Englishmen, Frenchmen, countrymen, lend us your spears. Lend
I
us
was
your
going to say it
beers.
is, but yeah.
So yeah, it's really, really amazing. It's not dry whatsoever. I was totally engaged, and obviously, if you're interested in that time period, go get this because it's a very hefty book. But it's one that I love to read, and there's another 4, I believe, in the series, which I need to go read as well after. But if you want to do research around this area, you want to write your own book that's inspired by the amazing events of the 100-Year War, then definitely go get this, because it's a really good read. And also, they look wonderful on the bookshelves. They're really nice additions.
They are
as well,
pretty beautiful.
Cheers, mate.
And the next one I have is another one I've not read, and this is the Emmablade by Chris Wooding. Had a lot of praise about this recently.
Namely from
circulating
Matt from The Broken Binding.
Yeah, it's been circulating quite a bit on BookTube as well. But yes, Matt has heaped praise upon praise for this.
I think Chris Wooding is actually the reason why The Broken Binding is a thing, isn't it? So the reason why we have such a wonderful bookstore as The Broken Binding is because of Chris Wooding.
And we'll put a link to the description to that independent bookshop below. They're awesome. So many editions coming on the way. They've got a huge array of volumes on their shelves. And
and
they're
soon
just
to be
awesome.
stocking historical fiction as well.
And also special editions.
Obviously fantasy and special editions as well. So
yeah.
We do have a discount code in the description below. It is TB Gwynne number 7. So go put that into the promo box.
And we get a little cut of that, and you also get 10% off. So that's pretty awesome. And so at the behest of Matt, I will be reading this soon.
Good lad. And for me is another classic, which is James Joyce's Ulysses. I just love the word Ulysses. I love it as a name. I think there was a general, actually, Ulysses Grant in the American Civil War.
Yeah.
Just
but also, who else
name.
is Ulysses?
Oh, the Odyssey. Odysseus. Exactly. So,
Ulysses.
I love it. Also, if you listen to the band Wolfpack, or they're the Fearless Flyers, they're both the same thing, basically. They released a song called Disco Ulysses, which is, go check out that video. It's so funny. But yeah, anyway, I think, no, we watched it together, and you were like, yeah, this happened. Because I hadn't read the Odyssey yet. Anyway.
Really?
James Joyce's Ulysses is meant to be a classic, isn't it?
Yes,
obviously,
it is.
it's taken from the word the Odyssey, Odysseus. So I presume it's about an adventure or a journey.
Yeah. His prose and how he creates an image. I've not read this, but I've read his short stories in the Dubliners.
He's Irish.
The way he does it. Yes, yeah.
So I presume it's set in Ireland.
Perhaps. I've not read the Ulysses.
Oh, what have you read one?
The Dubliners. It's
the Dubliners.
Stories.
And that definitely is in Ireland.
That is
I'd
definitely
hope
in
so.
Ireland.
It's like calling them Parisians, and it's in Rome.
Would be quite jarring. But yeah, the next I have is literary fiction / historical fiction, and it's Bring Up the Bodies by Hilary Mantel. I loved the first installment of this series.
Yep.
The first installment won the Booker Prize, and this also won the Booker Prize. It's a book that you have to take in small chunks, but you love it.
For years?
Yeah, for 17 years I've been reading it now. But I loved Wolf Hall. There's so much to just mull over. But it's totally worth it, and I'm hoping that will continue with Bring Up the Bodies. Cannot wait. Thomas Cromwell, what a character. Stunning character. And the way that... What are you laughing at? And the way that...
Very passionate.
I am passionate. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And yeah, it really just blew me away. Not threw me away, as I accidentally said in our other video. But I'll search for the pile.
That's
then.
my job.
Where is
to
it?
Throw you away. Empire the Vampire by Jay Christoph. He actually said himself, Shithiak, in the video pitch that he did for us for our September read. So, do you know what? I cannot wait to read this. This will be read in the month of September because it sounds so good, and I love Jay Christoph's the whole premise of this book as well. And I've been really meaning to check out Jay Christoph anyway. So it's as if all
it's all coming together.
The conjunction of the spheres has come together. If you've read The Witcher, then you know what I mean. Actually, that means for bad things, but in this time it's good things. But yeah, Empire the Vampire.
And next is by Papa Gwynne himself, Wrath. I believe this is his longest book that he's written, isn't it?
I thought it was that or Ruin, but I presume Wrath because he always has other ideas.
Yeah.
I need to include this amazing battle scene. And it was 500 pages, but I need to have it in there.
The last book is usually the biggest. I'm trying to compare sizes of the others. It might be either. It might actually be Ruin. But yeah, Wrath, finale to The Faithful and the Fallen, Papa Gwynne's first series. Check it out. Read it.
I think it is this. I think it's about 700.
Is that what you're thinking about the whole time?
Yeah.
But yeah, Wrath, love it, adore it. Awesome ending to the series. Made me cry at multiple points because these characters feel like they're real to me because we talk about them around the dinner table, and so it's just cruel to kill them off. But Papa Gwynne has no mercy.
So Dad makes us cry at home as well as when we're reading. Cheers, Dad.
Just the latter.
Cheers, Papa Gwynne. Because he says, can you make me a cup of tea? And I'm like, not again. Anyway, enough being silly. Guy Gabriel Kay's Tagana. I've heard wonderful things about this. Apparently,
Bigger than I thought.
Thank you. I've heard Tagana is a masterpiece of historical influence mixed in with the fantasy genre. Guy Gabriel Kay is very famous actually for his wonderful prose as well as his historical settings and his historical inspiration. So, you know, for a reenactor, perfect.
And the next one I have is non-fiction, and it is Churchill, a
It's
biography by
massive.
Roy Jenkins. Okay, so I read this as research for an essay I was writing on whether Churchill was a good warlord.
Was he?
I had mixed feelings on the matter, so I was a bit in the middle there. But what I'm more worried about is that I put my notes, my sticky notes, at the bottom.
Who does that? What kind of monster?
I am a monster. I was just like, why did I do this? Oh, God.
Right, Glockter.
Why do I do this? Oh, and then probably when the viewers are going to see this, I'm going to be found face up, floating in the gods. But yeah, this is
Well, if Churchill's to do with it,
massive.
maybe.
This is massive. So big. It's a biography of his entire life, and whatever your thoughts on Churchill are, he lived quite the life, didn't he? He got involved in quite a lot of events. From the time he was 16 to 18, he was already engrossed in politics and huge political events that had resounding impacts on the world all the way to the end of his life, and he lived to a ripe old age. So yeah, Churchill, a lot to read about, and I found it really enjoyable. I preferred Max Hastings's book on Churchill called Churchill as Warlord. I think it's actually called that. But I thought Roy Jenkins seemed a bit defensive rather than objective, and over time you kind of noticed that he had his own opinion. He was kind of that was permeating through his word choice and the events that he was talking of. But yeah, still really insightful book and really enjoyable as well. But just keep an eye out for if a historian is somewhat subjective themselves.
Talking of someone
As we
who
all know who we are.
has some extreme flaws, going over to Henry VI. Oh, the poor guy. He just didn't live a good life, really, did he?
But is he a poor guy?
Well, I haven't read this yet, but from what I know about Henry VI, he was just born different from his dad and his granddad. So that made him very different anyway, at a time when England really needed someone to be
And come
like
to reign
Henry
during
V.
a time of
He wasn't
rebellion
ready
and
whatsoever,
revolution.
exactly, and it just really didn't play into his hands whatsoever. You know, he did his best, but I haven't read this yet, so it remains to be seen if my opinion is the same after I read this. Chonka chonka, as we keep saying. But yeah, so Lauren Johnson, I believe, yep, she's written this, and apparently it's amazing. Shadow King, the life and death of Henry VI. So if you've seen, if you've read anything about the War of the Roses, which is a time period that I reenact, then you'll be particularly interested in this. If you want to read about or see the influence behind the Starks and the Lannisters, the Yorks and the Lancasters, then go check this out, because this will tell you all about it. George R. R. Martin himself has said countless times that that's where the idea for the Starks and the Lannisters, the historical backdrop, was influenced by. So yeah.
But yeah, I really got into that period when I was researching Richard III. It was one of my exam texts, and so I really wanted to know the historical context, and I got a bit obsessed.
Was Richard III a Duke of Gloucester?
Yes. That
So
is,
he was at Tewkesbury.
yeah, he was. It's not accurate, but in the play it says that he kills the king's sons as well.
No, he didn't.
I know. Ed, historical authenticity, I don't think Shakespeare cared. It was
Why did he
propaganda.
make it up? No, that's
But
fine.
yeah, but
I
it's
don't
still entertaining. But yeah, now for my... Was that your last one?
Yeah.
Wow, we did this perfectly.
Chomps
This
is gone.
is my last one, and it's Robin Hobb's Royal Assassin. And yes, I put assassins.
Hey, you had two Robin
Yeah.
Hoods. That's cheating. That was
No.
against the rules. Everyone said the rules.
Nope.
And you've broken them now.
Where were the rules said it? Did we say when an author?
Nope.
But yeah, I can't leave this out. This is the biggest, I believe, up until the final book, and it may even be it's in my top 3 of Hobbs books as well. I absolutely love it. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I saw this earlier. Is that? Oh, I thought I was going to really sneakily pull out Assassin's Quest, and then it would be massive. But
What?
that's a pretty big one, isn't it?
I
What?
did not know that Papa Gwynne had...
The book
Love
two,
Ship
the Love
Traders.
hardback.
Okay, well, I have something to do after this video, but yeah, Royal Assassin, I've read this, one of my favourite books of all time, and I'll be rereading it soon. Been inspired to reread it because of The Fantasy Network, which is Jimmy Lutz and his reviews, which have really inspired me to read them again because I love this so much. And so yeah, let's give Ed a challenge because he won't be able to follow my lip reading. And so yeah, this is good. This is Royal Setting. I really love this. It is by Robin Hobb, one of my favourite books. A beautiful edition, really beautiful illustrated edition. And so yeah, that is everything. And so
Could have said it better myself.
maybe you did say
Actually, I
that.
did. Maybe
You orchestrated my mind. But there we go. That is some of the biggest books we have read or want to read. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. We talked about quite a lot across a wide range of genres. And yeah, it gets hard speaking very fast after quite a while. I need to slow down.
Slow down, take it chill. But you know, thank you very much for watching our video. We really enjoyed that. I mean, good luck to us carrying these back through to our into the house, to our bookshelves, because they weigh about 15
They
stone,
are
don't
massive.
they? So yeah, they weigh about as much as Potter.
We love. He's not
poor
quite that
Potter.
heavy.
No, he's not. He's 14 now.
He's like a bear.
He's like
Teddy
a little bear. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you very soon. Go check out any of our other content if you're into the First Law, if you're into any other fantasy, or why you should read
Or
historical
historical
fiction. Oh, jinx again. We finish each other's sandwiches.
That's what I
No,
was gonna
don't
say.
eat my sandwiches. Joey doesn't share food. But anyway, truth and courage. Stay safe from the Brothers Gwynne.
Truth and Courage, the Brothers Gwynne.